guys, Orumus here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about artillery. I'm going to be explaining perhaps a little bit more advanced tactics when playing artillery to help you get better if you play it, and if you don't play it, maybe help you avoid artillery fire a little bit better. Okay, so you're going to actually see my most favorite spot to go to when on this side of the map. You know, like I said before, you have to keep in mind where can you go that is going to give you the most coverage of the map and give you the best cover from the enemy, so that you have to move as little as possible, besides moving, you know, between every shot for counter battery purposes. So let's speed this up a little bit.
Time to roll out.
I remember this. I was like, what is this T-32 doing? It's like, dude, go to the right. He does eventually, but I was like, what? Are you like trying to block me? I don't get it. But anyway. And I'm actually faster than him up the hill, which I thought was quite humorous. So as long as you're not in an extremely slow artillery, you should be able to get here pretty quickly before any maybe Suez scouts or whatever can spot you. Basically, almost any arty should be able to make it to this spot that I'm going to. And you're going to see in this replay why this spot is so good, which is why I picked this replay. So, you know, you're down in a dip, which, you know, only the very, very top of the tank can be seen, you know, over the land in front of you, I guess you could say. And that's only if they spot you through all the crazy bushes and trees. So there's one downside to it, and that is that you are at a slight angle, so you kind of have to compensate for that, but it's very, very small. So the first place that I'm looking is the hill, because generally speaking, this is where the mediums and sometimes heavies and TDs will go, and they will either spot your team or they will be sniping your team. And if you can help secure the hill, then on this map, that is a huge, huge deal in this game. So I see that at least one of my heavy tanks is pushing it to try to light it, so I'm going to try to help him out. So I'm pre-aimed to where I believe that those mediums still are, at least one of them. Just waiting for them to get spotted. I'm not immediately changing to the M41 Walker Bulldog because it's a very fast tank. And even with only a 1.8 second flight time, I don't feel that I'll necessarily be able to hit him unless he's tracked. I might go for him, but not yet. The CDC is quite fast too, but it's a bigger target to hit, so. And he literally backed right up. So I'm trying to change, I'm trying to move a little bit, however I'm getting the zone wall, and considering where the enemy tanks are, I feel like if I move forward, then I could be spotted by the light tanks, because as I was thinking, the M41 went down the hill right around our heavy tanks, and instead of coming towards me, he's running away. But if he had to come towards me and I had moved forward, then he might have spotted me. So I took the risk of not moving and hoping that the enemies were either not counter batterying or looking somewhere else, and luckily it paid off. So kind of a risk for reward assessment in that case, but that's why I didn't move. I tried to. So I'm not switching my view yet, because again, you know, if you've played artillery, you know how long it takes to sight. The sight time is almost as long as your reload. So I'm waiting, and again, if I can help them push the hill, then you know, that's a big thing. The other thing to realize is, if you look at the mini map, I only have an IS on the hill. The T-32 abandoned the IS, and I knew that he was going to die very quickly, so I needed to do as much work on the hill as I possibly could. So at this point, I was just like flabbergasted. I believe I was talking in Ventrilo to some of my friends, just being like, I can't believe this T-32 like abandoned the hill. But hey, you know, some people who know, whatever. So now I'm going to try to help elsewhere. Again, this is why this spot that I've picked is so good, because I know that I have a lot of trees around me. I have that dip, so more than likely, you know, unless they happen to come down right when I fire, which is when my camo is at its lowest value, they won't spot me, at least not before I spot them. And again, you'll see this pretty soon. It's actually a very good example of just going to the right spot and map awareness. So again, I'm prioritizing, trying to go for tanks that are very dangerous to my team. Now, right there, he disappeared, but you saw the shot disappear. It did not explode on the ground. If nothing was there, if I didn't hit anything, then it would have blown up, but it did not, so I know I directly hit him, so he's very low on health. So, well, he's dead now, but I knew he was very low on health when I nailed him. So pretty soon here, I know that this M41's coming for me, and I know that I'm in a lot of bushes for cover. So I took the shot, and I'm thinking to myself, he definitely spotted me, okay? But he didn't. I have sixth sense, I'd know. So what I'm doing right here, though, is I'm trying to make sure that the thickest part of the bushes is between me and these tanks that are pushing this area right here. The bushes are very thick, so they actually don't see me. They are that close, and they don't see me. So, even if I had a shot at this point, which I don't, I would actually hold it for a little bit, just because I don't want to get spotted. However, now, there's no way that he's going to spot me if I shoot at him, because there is the train tracks are raised, and there is that between me and him. So I moved down a little bit so that my gun trajectory is not flat, so I can arc over the train tracks, and I'm going to wait. I know that he's probably going to give me a nice engine shot right now. And there you go. That's a one shot on a Type 61. Again, I'm looking around. I am very aware that there are people coming. I have not been spotted. They don't know that I'm here. So I'm going to stay here. And I'm actually far enough into the bushes that I can actually spot the enemies. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm probably going to die at this point. I'm probably going to die, but I'm going to do as much damage as I can before I go out. So I'm pre-aim there, because I know I'm going to spot this guy, and I know that's where he's going to go, and sure enough, boom. There you go. Thinking ahead. There we go. I'm spotted. This is what I said before. When you get spotted, move. Move around. Right now, those 3 enemy artillery are probably aiming in on me. I want to throw their aim off as much as possible. So, now I know I'm not spotted any longer, and more than likely not on the radar, so I'm going to move to a new position. Even though this bush looks small, it should provide me with some cover, and still allow me to spot the area that I've been spotting. Yes, that's right, I'm an artillery that is spotting. Because I'm the only one on this flank, so I have to do it. No one else is going to do it. So, going to turn around. Again, my XVM is still kind of messed up. It's not getting rid of the tanks that are dead that I killed, but just ignore those. Okay, so I was really hoping that the Panther would start moving. He's the only regular tank that we had left. So then I was thinking, well, maybe I can counter battery. This is where artillery sits a lot of the time. And those guys are probably going to get spotted here pretty soon. All that's left for the enemy are their 3 artillery. Everything else that shows up there is stuff that I already killed that just isn't disappearing. So don't mind that. So right now I'm like thinking, okay, these guys are pretty good players. This is what I use XVM for, to kind of quickly assess what I think that they'll do based on their skill. And I know that the M50 355s are very fast, and they have turnable turrets, so they're probably moving around. And I'm just thinking, where would I go if I was them? Where would I be? Well, Maybe they're down here, I'm thinking. So I'm pre-aiming. Sometimes artillery sits over there, and there is a hill, like a slight rise, so a lot of times they're not spotted until you get very close. So I'm kind of waiting. Trying to work with our allied artillery pings over there. I'm thinking, well, maybe he saw a tracer. I see a knockdown tree. Is that an artillery? No way to tell. And I don't want to waste my shot. Now remember, I am in a bush, but I'm in an area that's very clear, so I have that blue circle around me is my active spotting range with the crew that I have. So more than likely, if any artillery is moving, I'm going to be able to see it. And there we go. Hey, look, it's a big, slow-moving artillery piece, and he doesn't see me because I'm in a bush. So I know he's going to be driving there. This is a big key to leading your targets. Let them drive into your shot. Alright, he's dead. And I've been spotted. So, let's move. Get the hell out of that position. Yep, there's one shot by artillery. They missed. Alright, let's do this again. I know I'm off their radar. It's been way more than 10 seconds. So let's get into another bush. And now that I know what they're doing, or at least I think I do, I think that they are trying to come around, and I'm assuming that they were probably together. I'm looking right here because I believe I'm going to find me another artillery. And oh look, it's another artillery. And bye-bye. Now, he did spot me, but not until I had already spotted him. So there we go. Now I'm moving, because I'm like, ah, crap. The other artillery is going to shoot at me. And yes, that was my Top Gun. Self-spotting. Now, I am showing you this on the Tier 9 just because these are the replays that have this, what I wanted to show you with the current patch. This same type of thinking and strategy can be applied to artillery of almost any tier. And I'm pre-aimed there because I thought, well, maybe he's also coming, but no, he's spotted over there. And I was way off. And now, more likely, I won't be able to hit on high caliber ace tanker. Not that surprising, really. I mean, I did a lot of good damage, top damage by a lot over my team. I got good XP for an artillery. And, you know, yes, it was a great game for me, but more importantly, I helped to turn what was really looking like a loss into a win, especially when we lost the hill. That could have been very bad for our team, but because of thinking ahead and my placement, I was able to help turn that tide. So I hope that this video helped to demonstrate some tactics that you can use to better your artillery play, or maybe just to understand artillery play a little better to you know, protect yourself from it. The things that I've described is not everything. The video would be even longer than it already is if I was to go over every little piece of information, but I think it covers most of the things that will differentiate you from an average artillery player and a good artillery player. You're not always going to get the most damage. Artillery, you know, is very inaccurate compared to regular tanks, so RNG does play a big role, plus lag and packet loss and blah blah blah. So I hope it was helpful for you, and if it was, please give it a thumbs up, and you know, maybe comment, and if you like this video and you want more, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Orumus signing out.